One chilly autumn morning in Pittsburgh, 74-year-old Harold Jensen sat quietly at his kitchen table, just like he always did. But that day something felt different. He didn't have his usual appetite. His body felt like it had just run a marathon, even though he had only just gotten out of bed. He thought, maybe I just didn't sleep well. And then, like so many other seniors, he chose to ignore it. He made coffee, tried to tidy up the house like every day, but after just a few steps, his heart pounded, his head felt dizzy, and his legs didn't seem to want to move forward. A few days later, he felt the same morning fatigue, only worse. Harold still thought, it must just be part of getting older. But one morning, he slipped slightly while stepping down the front porch stairs. No one was there, and as he struggled to get back up, what hurt wasn't just his body. It was the creeping fear inside. Am I getting weaker? Am I aging too fast? That was the moment Harold decided to see a doctor. And what the doctor told him changed the way he looked at every morning he had experienced over the past 2 years. Together, we'll explore what caused Harold, a man once healthy and sharp, to slowly decline without realizing it, and how a few simple but intentional morning habits helped him recover, become stronger, and even, as his doctor said, feel younger than when he was 70. If you've ever woken up feeling tired for no clear reason, stay with us until the end of this video, because one small change starting tomorrow morning might just help you live a completely different life. After that minor fall, Mr. Harold began to change his morning habits. The first thing he learned from his doctor was not to get out of bed too quickly upon waking. Before, Harold had a routine of sitting up the moment he opened his eyes, stepping out of bed, and walking straight to the kitchen to make coffee. But that very habit caused a sudden drop in blood pressure, with blood not yet evenly circulating to the brain, leading to dizziness, falls, and even strokes in the elderly. The doctor advised him, Harold, every morning spend 5 minutes just sitting still. Breathe deeply, feel your legs, your hands, and listen to what your body is trying to tell you. That's not laziness, that's awareness. Harold followed the advice, and something remarkable happened. The morning dizziness began to disappear. The vague headaches also gradually faded. Just by sitting quietly on the bed, relaxing his shoulders, gently turning his neck, and taking 5 deep breaths, he felt a stream of energy flow through his body. It was like flipping the body's on switch, but more gently and safely than ever. You can start tomorrow morning. When your alarm goes off, don't jump up immediately. Keep your eyes closed for 10 more seconds, then slowly open them. Sit up slowly. Place both feet on the floor. Inhale through your nose, count 1, 2, 3. Then exhale through your mouth, count 1, 2, 3, 4. Do this 5 times. Then get out of bed. This is one of the smallest yet most powerful habits that helps older adults not only avoid the risk of falls, but also maintain stable circadian rhythm and blood pressure every day. If you think this habit is worth trying, leave a comment saying I'll start tomorrow below so others know they're not alone on the journey to better health. Mrs. Linda, 73, lives alone in a small apartment in Northern California. After her husband passed away, she rarely left the house. Every morning, she would sit in a dim kitchen, make a cup of coffee, and quietly watch the news. Gradually, she began waking up more tired, feeling sleepy all day, and emotionally low for reasons she couldn't explain. Until one day, during a community health consultation, a geriatric doctor said something that made her stop in her tracks. Just 30 minutes of natural morning light, and your body can begin to repair itself. It sounded simple, but Linda gave it a try. Every morning, instead of sitting in the kitchen, she stepped out onto her balcony. She didn't have a garden, but just opening the door, sitting under the early sunlight, taking a deep breath of fresh air, and looking at the misty blue sky. Her body felt completely different. After 2 weeks, she realized she fell asleep more easily and no longer woke up repeatedly during the night. The doctor later explained, natural morning light helps reset the biological clock, suppress the sleep-inducing hormone melatonin, and activate serotonin, a neurotransmitter that promotes alertness and a sense of well-being. Not only that, early sunlight also helps synthesize vitamin D, a crucial factor for bone health, immune function, and mental well-being in older adults. You don't need to go jogging under the sun. Just sit by a sunny window, open the curtains, step out onto your porch, balcony, or if possible, take a slow 15-30-minute walk outside. No phone, no TV, just you and the light. Now, Linda never misses a morning. She says, "I feel like every morning is a greeting from life. The sunlight doesn't just shine on my skin, it shines into my soul." Did you rise early and catch the morning sun today? Leave a comment saying, "I'll greet the morning light," to help us spread this gentle yet powerful habit to more seniors. Mr. Charles, 76, lives in the state of Oregon. After retiring, he developed a habit of drinking coffee early every morning. A strong black cup, no sugar, just the way he had taken it for 40 years. But then, he started noticing persistent dry mouth, lingering fatigue throughout the morning, a gnawing feeling in his stomach, and even irritability despite not having done anything strenuous. It wasn't until he went for a routine checkup that the doctor asked a seemingly simple question. "What's the first thing you drink in the morning?" When Charles answered, "Coffee," the doctor nodded and gently said, "Coffee doesn't wake up your body, it only stimulates your brain. Your body is still half asleep." That's when Mr. Charles learned something he had never known before. After a long night, the body becomes dehydrated. Organs like the liver, kidneys, and intestines are all waiting for a signal to start up, and that signal comes from a glass of warm water. From that day on, he decided to change. Before drinking coffee, he drank a glass of warm water, about 250 mLs. No ice, no lemon, no honey. Just clean, gently warmed water. Warm like the morning sunlight. The miracle was that after just 1 week, he felt more at ease in his stomach, had easier bowel movements, no more dry mouth, and a clearer mind even before drinking coffee. After a month, he no longer needed the laxatives he had relied on for nearly 3 years. Science confirms that drinking warm water in the morning helps cleanse the intestines, boost metabolism, support liver detoxification, and awaken the parasympathetic nervous system, the system responsible for relaxation, recovery, and healing. Today, Mr. Charles shares with everyone at the wellness center he attends. "A glass of warm water is the gentlest thing I do for myself, but it gives me clarity and calm all day." What about you? Are you waking up your body the right way each morning? If you're ready to try starting tomorrow, leave a comment. "I'll start with a glass of warm water." Your comment could be the motivation someone else needs to begin this healing habit, just as Charles did. Mrs. Dorothy, 81, lives in Minnesota and used to complain that waking up every morning felt like a small battle. Her feet felt like they were made of cement, her knees were stiff, and her neck ached if she turned too quickly. She used to think, "I guess I'm just aging normally." Until one day, at a senior community gathering, a physical therapist asked her, "Do you do any gentle movements before getting out of bed?" Mrs. Dorothy shook her head, and then the specialist shared a simple 5-minute bed exercise routine, and it completely changed her mornings. From that day on, Mrs. Dorothy began each morning by stretching her arms upward, rotating her wrists and ankles, slowly turning her head left and right, gently pulling one knee at a time to her chest, and even doing a few air cycling motions. "At first I thought it was nothing," she shared, "but after a week I realized I could stand up without needing to hold onto the chair. My knees didn't crack anymore, and my neck no longer hurt when I looked down at my slippers." Why are gentle movements before getting out of bed so important? Because after 6-8 hours of being still, your joints, ligaments, and circulatory system all slow down. If you jump up suddenly, blood hasn't had time to circulate, joints aren't lubricated, and the risks of dizziness, falls, or morning joint pain increase significantly. Just 5 minutes of slow, mindful movements in bed, like gently waking up each part of your body with love, can help you start your day with flexibility, confidence, and far less pain. Now, Mrs. Dorothy calls those 5 minutes her personal good morning to her body, and she always tells her fellow seniors, "Our bodies don't need much. They just need to be heard and gently awakened." What about you? Do you spend 5 kind minutes greeting your legs, arms, and heart each morning? If not yet, give it a try starting tomorrow. And if you're willing to try, leave a comment. I'll give my body 5 minutes of love each morning. That could be your first step toward reducing pain and increasing mobility without a single pill. Mr. Charles, 76 years old, has been living alone in a small apartment in Denver since his wife passed away 4 years ago. His mornings used to feel cold, not because of the weather, but because of loneliness. I used to turn on the TV just to have some human voices in the house, he shared. Every morning felt hollow, as if there was nothing to look forward to in the new day. Until one day, his granddaughter gave him a small notebook and said, "Grandpa, try writing down one thing you're grateful for every morning." At first, Mr. Charles scoffed. At my age, what is there to be grateful for? But then, who tried? On the first day, he wrote, "I can still hear the birds chirping outside my window." On the second day, "I made a strong cup of coffee, just the way my wife used to like it." On the third, "I remembered the sound of my son's laughter when he was little." And then something strange happened. After just a few weeks, his mornings no longer felt as bleak. Those tiny moments once written down were like sunlight breaking through fog. They didn't erase the sorrow, but they lit up his heart again. Why does this matter? Psychological research shows that writing down something you're grateful for each morning can improve mood, reduce anxiety, and boost immunity. When you focus your attention on the positive, the brain slowly rewires itself, helping you become more resilient in the face of life's challenges. For older adults, gratitude isn't a gift, it's a discipline. And just 1 minute every morning is enough to redirect your mind toward life, toward what's still present, rather than what's been lost. Now, Mr. Charles never starts his day without his pen and little notebook. To him, it's like a mental vitamin, free, simple, but more effective than any doctor's prescription. What about you? Are you willing to spend 60 seconds each morning just writing down one thing you're thankful for? If your mornings have ever felt empty or aimless, try writing. Today, I'm grateful I still have the chance to live, to learn, and to love. And if you're ready to begin, leave a comment, "I choose gratitude." Because sometimes the thing that helps you live 10 more healthy years doesn't come from the body, but from a heart that remembers to be thankful for life. You've probably heard hundreds of tips on health, exercise, healthy eating, good sleep. But today, what you've just discovered isn't just a habit, it's hope. Because each morning you wake up tired, groggy, and unmotivated to get out of bed, it's not that you're simply getting weaker. It's your body whispering, "Please, pay attention to me." And when you choose to begin again from something small, like Mr. Charles with his gratitude notebook, or Ms. Linda with 10 minutes of morning sunlight, or Mr. Thomas with a few gentle stretches, you are sending a new signal. I choose to live positively. I choose to stay healthy for another 10 years. Aging isn't a full stop. It's a comma, where you get to write a whole new chapter that's more meaningful, more independent, and more joyful. If you're ready to take action today, and if you've made it all the way to the end, allow me to say thank you, sincerely, because only those who truly care about themselves stay this patient and kind with their own soul. If this video has awakened something in you, please leave a comment below. I will start tomorrow, because sometimes just writing that down is a beginning. And don't forget to subscribe to the Senior Life 365 channel for more gentle but powerful guidance to help you live healthier, stay sharp, and feel valuable, not just for yourself, but for those you love. See you in the next video, where every moment will be a chance for you to become the best version of yourself, no matter what age you are.